The US President Joe Biden says he has decided on a response, even if we don't know what. The problem is the US has already been responding to attack after attack on its bases in the Middle East, and still they keep coming. There have been more than 160 strikes on US bases since the Israel-Hamas war started, according to the US Department of Defense. And this shows a section of those attacks that have been independently verified by ACLED, the Armed Conflict Location and Event Data Project. There have been injuries to US military personnel before this, but Tower 22 base in Jordan, close to Syria, was the first to result in deaths. Now, the US blamed militias backed by Iran for the attacks. Iran said it had nothing to do with them and doesn't want the conflict to escalate. This shows how the US has been retaliating since October the 27th. It's already been escalating against bases not only operated by the Islamic Resistance in Iraq, or IRI, that's the umbrella term for different militias backed by Iran, but also against bases already operated by the Iranian Revolutionary Guard themselves.
I'm fairly sure that the Americans will go for sanctions. That'd be an obvious thing to do, and I'm pretty sure they'll go for attacks on Republican Guard bases in Syria and Iraq, and also IRI bases. They'll certainly, I think, produce more attacks there. They might also go for cyber, but we'll see about that. I doubt if they'll immediately go for attacks on Iranian warships in the Gulf of Aden, but that's certainly a possibility.
This is what it might look like, that possibility. Iran has various vessels in the area. You've got the Revolutionary Guards up here, fast boats operating, which have seized tankers in the past. There's also this ship, the Beshad. Officially, it carries cargo, but military analysts say it actually carries out surveillance that has been vital for all those Houthi attacks on shipping. And early in January, Iran announced that Al-Borz, a frigate, had entered the Red Sea. Those would be Iranian assets, but they're still outside Iran. Further up the escalation ladder would be an attack on Iranian territory itself. That's at the top of the ladder. The US wouldn't start there, if only to give itself room to climb up in the future. Those actions we talked about lower down could come sooner, maintaining some surprise, but leaving tougher options open. Biden has said we don't need a wider war in the Middle East. Others would argue that, with the death of US military personnel, the wider war is already here. And the US response to date has failed to contain it.